What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Aha. And we're going to finish off the Hunting High and Low and preceding era with a pair of reactions this evening, one of which here is the 1984 7-inch version of Take On Me, which I suppose is the last intermediate step, starting with Lesson 1, proceeding on to the demo version of Take On Me, and now this before we got to the final studio album version from the 1985 debut album Hunting High and Low. And after we listen to that, I'm going to do another video where we listen to the B-side from that single, which is called Stop and Make Up Your Mind, or I think just Stop, Make Up Your Mind. So yeah, I'm excited to hear this final articulation before we got the version that everybody around the world has come to know. I expect it to sound much more like the final version. I know people have talked about this, and I believe there's actually a music video for this cut. But yeah, ultimately, as I said, I would expect it to be much more polished compared to, say, Lesson 1, less experimental, including with Morton's vocals, but I still imagine it will sound different than the final album version of the track, so let's hear it. This is Aha and the 1984 7-inch version of Take On Me. That bass. So yeah, it was actually still more different from the debut album, like final version of it, than I expected. I do like that deeper and in a couple places almost funky synth bass. The other sonics, including Morton's voice, sounded more echoic. They sounded less, tight and true as they do in the final version of the track. So it had a bit more of a cavernous feel, and in part that's because it still seemed more stripped down than the final version, but definitely some interesting sonic elements. I like when that almost clap style snare comes into it, and I enjoy that interlude in the middle where it had almost like soundtrack stings or elements to it, like a bit dissonant, a bit arrhythmic, for lack of a better word. So that was an interesting element. They weren't as streamlined into the tune as the other Sonics. It almost felt like they were trying to give like a counterbalance to the main or normal part of the tune as we would now understand it. So that was interesting, almost like score, as I said. But yeah, basically a very good version, but I get why the later version became an international hit, whereas this one didn't quite register in that way. But that's only based on my perception, knowing what's in the future, knowing what was going to happen with the final version of it on Hunting High and Low. So again, it's just interesting to go through this early phase of their career, you know, going way back to '82 and technically listen to Bridges even before that. And to hear the development of this track, which I think for many people is seen as this lightning in a bottle sort of moment. Oh, well, they just made this tune that hit and whatever. It's like they did do that, but it took a while to get there, and it shows that, you know, even for music that is seen as, meaning pop music, a sort of light and easy listening type of genre, it still takes a lot of work to craft a track that will catch people's ear and stick out in their memory. So yeah, a very cool version, almost there. I did like the opening in particular with that deep resonant synth bass. So curious to hear what people think about this version. Do let me know, and as I said, I'll be back for the B-side of this single. Peace.